Hey, everybody. Welcome to VaynerX Presents, Marketing for the Now. Gary, how are you doing?
I'm quite well. Andrea, how are you?
I am good. I'm always excited for these episodes, but I think this one is going to be a particularly juicy one. Next, we welcome Lisa Joy Rosner, SVP Brand and Digital Marketing, who claimed an entirely new role at Oracle focused all on content. Lisa Joy is a Silicon vet, having worked in data and analytics her entire career. She lives by her mantra, "Tell me it can't be done and I'll do it," birthing 4 children in 4 years while launching 2 startups. Welcome, Lisa Joy.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Lisa Joy, you're like a superhero. 2 companies, 4 children, 4 years. Like, I think I go at it. That's incredible. It's great to have you here.
Well, thank you. You know, it's funny listening to that. I was thinking about, we had 4 kids in diapers, and I was in the middle of launching this big social media company. And we also had 8 puppies at that time. And here we are in the middle of the apocalypse. And now not 8 kids in diapers, but 4 kids going through puberty. and we got 9 chickens. So it's
really going at it.
And instead of doing a startup, doing this just monumental shift in a company like Oracle.
But let's go to that. You know, knowing a little bit about your background, coming into something so big, and then really focusing on, brand and digital marketing. How are you trying to innovate the math? How are you trying to innovate the magic or the art that is required to be a storyteller in 2021? Because I'm sure that's what you're balancing.
Well, that's an amazing question. So let me talk about the art first.
Please.
The art is the voice of the customer. Oracle historically has led with talking about our products instead of the amazing work that we do for our customers. And so the magic has been, we've surveyed over 20,000 customers in 19 different languages. I've personally interviewed, many, like at least 25 different customers. And we are taking that voice of the customer and infusing it into everything we do. So that's the magic. The math.
Lisa Joy, excuse me for a second. So from your standpoint on that, us, all who are watching, we're going to connect more with what you've enabled more so than the information of the tool that's enabling it. Is that how you see it?
Wait, say that again?
Well, if it's through the voice of the customer, right? The stories of the customer, of like the people that are actually using these incredible tools, that is more of a connection point than utility nature. The stories of the people using the utility more than utility, right? Like the carpenter story inherently is more interesting than the hammer and the screwdriver.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you look at someone like Land O'Lakes, where during the pandemic and having to completely change their supply chain, and where with all this baking that we're all doing, they have to get more butter to supermarkets faster. So instead of talking about supply chain and ERP, we're talking about that butter that's going into that apple pie that you're baking right now. Does that make sense? 100%. So that's the content. And the thing that I wanted to talk about today, which Will.i.am mentioned, is AI. And so the thing that I'm really excited about from an innovation perspective is in AI. So to answer your question about the math part of it, our AI is incredibly sophisticated, and there's some things I'd love to talk about if we have time.
Please.
But there's a whole new approach to analytics that one of our guys calls it augmented analytics. So for example, you can actually talk to the system and say, hey, tell me how much butter we're selling. Tell me the stores where we're selling more butter, right? Or tell me the stores that are buying the most butter. And then the AI can go and say, well, not only are they buying butter, but they're also buying sour cream.
Right. It's that next true, and this because you're grounded more in tech. People talk about AI and ML and things of that nature, but when you really look under the hood, these startups or things of that nature, they're far from that. What you just described is actual intelligence. I asked this question about butter in stores. They said, that's cute, Gary. Here's the information. But let me also tell you that a third of those people pick up flowers at the register. What do you think about that? I'm like, oh shit, computer. I think that's crazy. Let me do this.
Well, so let's talk about this a little bit more because AI is no longer fake news. So I have some mind-blowing stats for you.
Go.
We just did this survey, the division that has human resources products. And we surveyed consumers, lots of people are very depressed right now. And we asked them all these questions around mental health. Okay, are you ready, Gary? 82% of people who are dealing with mental health issues right now during this apocalypse would rather talk to a robot than to their boss.
There's a lot of shitty bosses out there, Lisa. Joy.
Well, you're right. You're right.
And I mean that. I mean, like, you
no,
talking about real
true.
innovation. If bosses started thinking that they work for their employees instead of the other way around, fucking computers wouldn't be winning this poll.
So I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, but keep going. I understand where you're going.
More, but the point
I just couldn't let that one go because it devastates me.
Well, and so you were talking with Rihanna about technology. So my kids don't have cell phones. That terrible, mean mother that I am. But the other day I heard my kid, I was like, she sounds like she's talking on the phone. And she was actually sitting and talking to Alexa. They were telling each other jokes. So she'd rather sit and talk to the human than one of her siblings. And Alexa is not even that smart. Our Oracle AI is really, really smart. And so why would people rather talk to a robot? Well, yes, they have shitty bosses, but also because of where AI is right now, they're learning the patterns. They can have that conversation and be empathetic and not be burdened by having a bad day, right? And so what is that telling us? That's telling us that we are ready to add conversations to marketing. So I have another really interesting thing to tell you that is really funny. Because you asked me about the data side of it. The data side, of course, is going to be your CRM. And the current state of CRMs, we did this other survey, 66% of sales professionals would rather clean their toilet than fill in their CRM system, right?
First of all, I love the fact that you're making the questions romantic in real life. That being said, cleaning a toilet is actually quite relaxing, Lisa Joy. I don't know if you know that. I'm being dead serious.
Okay, I feel that way about laundry because I feel like a huge sense of accomplishment and like, look how perfectly folded everything is and all the drawers are tidy. Toilet cleaning, not that much.
Not so much.
Not that much. I mean, I will clean the toilets, but I do not enjoy it.
The manual filling out is, as the Oracle AI gets stronger and stronger, we're not going to have to do that crap.
But you could just talk to it. Mm-hmm. And as a sales leader, you can say, tell me who my top performing reps are. What's the probability that we're going to hit our numbers?
Mr. Joy, on that note, because you're doing it from a B2B front, you referenced Alexa, which is more of a B2C. Obviously, all the big tech companies are working on this. I'm just, I really value your opinion. Your gut, and this is hard. This is a hard question. Your gut to when us humans are interacting with an AI voice consumer facing tool like you're referring to, where we're really doing damage, right? You and I are hanging out. We're like, let's order some sushi. And instead of going to a phone and going to an app, which seems revolutionary by 25 years ago, right. I'm going to be like, blank, pick what company you want or what name they call it. Send me the best sushi currently in the city and pick the things I want or things I like or things like this, or no uni. I'm an uni guy, so extra uni. How far away are we from that nirvana? That is obvious. What's your gut tell you on when that's a real scenario?
5 years.
Really, that quickly, you think, right?
I'd be even closer, possibly. It depends on our listeners and how much of early adopters they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think
like really, you think,
it's really that close. So
I'm sorry to interrupt. Like you think, I'm just going to keep asking because you're going to know better than I am. I'll just use Alexa. Hey, Alexa, or hey, Oracle. Hey, Oracle, get me the best seat to the highest ranking play in New York City now. Feel like, go ahead.
Yes. So I went and met with our development team yesterday, and they showed me, hey, Alexa, find me a coffee shop that is not Starbucks. And Alexa said, here are all the Starbucks. Hey, Oracle, find me the coffee shops that are not Starbucks. Well, here's the Tully's, and here's the Coffee People, and here's your local store. And I was blown away to see that. So it's already like we have the capability now.
Do you, Oracle, have the consumer capability to make a consumer product and market it and get it adopted is the question in that game.
No, but we can help our, no, we're a B2B company, but we can help our consumer customers use this technology to deliver those. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Can I tell you one more thing?
Real fast.
I'm super excited.
I like the way you
lead. You're going to love this.
Go.
You're going to love this.
I don't want
I wish this was a month from now because we can't talk about it yet.
But kind of, give us the secret. Just give it to us.
For me as a marketer, we're using AI in something that's revolutionary, where normally sports marketing is slapping your logo up on a stadium, which we also do, but we're going to be using our AI in sports broadcast. So real time, an athlete's about to make a whatever, a point, and up is going to be a little cloud that says what the probability is that they're going to make it.
Oh, that's cool.
So really cool. So we're not just like, doing brand marketing with pictures. We're actually like showing how our technology works. And that kind of storytelling is what really fills me up.
Lisa Joy, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.